sometimes a little word can carry a lot more weight than a whole to-do list. For me, that word is decision. It helps me move when I feel stuck. It helps me come up with out-of-the-box ideas so that I don't allow myself to stay in a place that is not positive and that feels foggy. Today, I want to talk to you about why this word is so important to me, but I also want you to find out what your word could be. Hi, my name is Sarah, and I'm a clarity and growth coach. I'm also the editor of Life Mastery Magazine, a monthly digital magazine, free, created for midlife women who are going through change, who are seeking clarity and support through this phase of life, and who want to live their best life possible. For years, I've struggled. I thought I was a procrastinator. I thought I never followed through in the things that, I felt I should be doing. And I was very indecisive. And one day I read an article called Decision by Bob Proctor, and that changed my life. I will leave the link in the description box so that you can take a look at that article. It's probably going to change your life too. As I was saying, I felt that I was likely to make a wrong decision. And so not deciding felt like a good thing until I realized that not deciding just kept me in limbo, just kept me at that foggy stage, and I just let life happen around me and I was just there. And then it was very easy for me to be a victim of society, of other people, because I was just letting myself go with the flow without deciding what I wanted. When I decided to decide, it absolutely changed my life. And decisions, they don't have to be grand, they don't have to be dramatic. It's just a decision. And what I've learned that's been life-changing for me is that when you decide, the universe is going to start to move and get it in a position that your opportunities come your way. It's going to make sure that whatever you decided you wanted in your life is going to start to happen and situations are going to get clear because decision creates movement. It's the energy. And when you decide, when you make a decision, the universe just knows how to start bringing all the things that will benefit you in that decision. Now, I was afraid of making the wrong decision, so I'd rather not decide until I realized that if I make a wrong decision, I can always go back and make a right one. I can always pivot. I can always go back and change my mind. So rather than not deciding and staying in that place of fogginess, I can be clear. I can make the decision. For example, in business, I decided to create a YouTube channel. And then I realized that didn't really have a purpose for it and it was taking me so long and it was a lot of energy and I didn't know if that was the right thing for me. But I decided I got people in my corner that could help me with that. And then I pivoted. I started with a lifestyle kind of thing and I didn't enjoy it because being on video and remembering even to take pictures of my food to post online was just draining me. It was just, I forgot to do it. And so when I realized that that wasn't for me, that what I really, really am passionate about is empowering other women to show up for themselves, to create their businesses or not, but to have clarity in their life, to know that they can do whatever they want and their best life can look whatever they want it to look. That's when everything started to make sense to me. So I pivoted. I had these people in my corner. I could still make those videos, but I had a purpose then and it felt aligned with me. As if I was, they're just wondering, shouldn't I? Nothing would have happened. I wouldn't be able to be here, show up for you, inspire you, empower you, tell you that you are awesome and you can do whatever you want. So that's what decision can make for you. And it's in our personal lives as it is in our professional lives, in our business lives, wherever we're at. So today I want to talk to you about 3 ways to use decision in your own life. Start by choosing one thing that you can make a decision on today. And again, we're not looking at grand gestures. We're not looking at dramatic things. It can be as simple as deciding that you're going to eat healthier and looking into that and start researching that. Because when we decide, we think that all the things must be in place straight away. Like I decide to create a business, I'm not going to have any clients. I have to start step one. What am I going to do? So I'm going to research that business, or I'm going to create a website, or, register the business, whatever comes first. And it's the same in all areas. So we decide to eat healthier. What does that look like? How are you going to fit that into your life? And you have to start looking into it and you research. But guess what? You've made that decision. So the universe is going to make sure that the right information starts coming your way. Decide on one thing, a small thing, that you're going to exercise, that you're going to take 30 minutes a day to show up just for yourself, to read, meditate, knit, whatever it is, to create your business, whatever it is. Just decide that. Mark your calendar. It can be as simple as marking your calendar. And maybe you don't have time that day, but it's in your calendar. You are going to get to it. Just decide and take one step towards that decision. That's how it all starts. Then treat all decisions as experiments. Instead of thinking, okay, I've committed to showing up for myself 30 minutes, it's starting today, and you come into it with the wrong energy. It's not about making it difficult. It's not about changing your life overnight. It's about deciding and having it be aligned with what you want in your life and giving it time for it to work. For me, I put in my calendar that I will journal and meditate and exercise at 7 in the morning. And guess what? It's still in my calendar and it's still not happening. But the time is there. And every time I look at that calendar, I'm seeing that there. And I told myself I was going to do it. I need to show up for that. I decided. But right now, I don't feel it's aligned with me. So I move it to a little later in the day. And it works, right? So these are the little things you have to keep in mind. You have to know that it's not set in stone and you are experimenting and you want your best life. And to have your best life, it's not to have things in your calendar you don't want to do, things that maybe you don't want to do, but you know they are good for you and you'd like to incorporate them in your day. So then you start showing up and you start thinking, how can I make this work? And then I want you to use decision to clear your mind. Make a note of the thing you are avoiding. And then give yourself some time to decide why you are avoiding it and decide to look into that. For example, you want to create a low content publish business and you don't have the time and you don't even know where to start. Okay, make it a point to research it, to look into it, and every single day decide to spend 15 minutes or 30 minutes looking into that. It's low entry. It's easy. You just have to decide you want to do it. And guess what? While you are doing your research, you decide that after all, you don't want to do low content publishing. You want to write an actual book because guess what? You have a lot of stories. You can write a memoir and that's what you're going to do. And you are pivoting. But if you hadn't made the decision in the first place to look into low content publishing, you wouldn't know this. You wouldn't be doing this. And that's the power of decision. And we underestimate it. That's how I approach everything in my life now. I make a decision. Do I want this or don't I want this? And whatever I decide, I'm going to explore it. If it's something I really want to do, it's going to happen. And, it might take me a while. I know myself and I need to see that in my calendar. I need to mentally prepare myself for that. But I've decided I'm going to start. And so I will start. And every day I sit down, and sometimes it's for 5 minutes to work on it, and sometimes it's an hour. It just depends. And I pivot all the time. And that's okay. The important thing is the decision. And if you decide it's not something you want to do, that's an awesome decision as well. But decide, don't stay there in that fogginess, in that place that I don't know, because you are giving mixed signals to the universe and it doesn't know also what you want. So it keeps throwing stuff at you. And you feel like a victim because you just feel overwhelmed. Decision will get rid of 50% of the overwhelm you might be feeling. It's that powerful. Decision is not about getting everything right. We are in a stage of life that we're going through a lot of change, and it's heavy stuff, and we are constantly making hard choices in our life. Give yourself grace. Give yourself time to let your decision unfold and see what it really can look like. Do your research. Don't be afraid to again change courses. It's part of life. Make the smallest decision you can, let it unfold. Give yourself time to see where that can go. Give yourself the permission to change courses, change directions, because that's what it's all about. It's not feeling stuck and not knowing. That's the part I want you to avoid at all costs. If this is something that you are starting to see some value in, if it's something you'd like to explore further, I would like to invite you to subscribe to Life Mastery Magazine. Again, it's a free resource. It's a monthly digital magazine created for midlife women who are going through all the changes and are looking for a little bit of support, a little bit of more resources that will help them live their best life. I'll leave the link in the description box for you to subscribe. Again, it's free and it's delivered to your inbox once a month. That's it. If you like this video, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up. And thank you for being with me today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.